guys, it's Angeliejb. Welcome back to my channel. So this week's video is going to be a Q&A based off the questions I got from my Instagram page, my personal page, and my surgery page. If you're a new subscriber, then I recently got a BBL. I'm going to link that video up here. You guys should definitely watch that first and then come back to this video. If you're an old subscriber, I know you've been waiting for a new video, so let's skip the intro and hop right in. But make sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share, because you never know who needs answers to these questions. So like I mentioned, I did an Instagram story question thing on my surgery page and my personal page, where I had my followers ask me any questions they had in relation to the surgery that I just got. So I'm going to start off with the questions that I got on my surgery page. I got like quite a few, and then I'm going to go to my regular Instagram and answer those questions as well. So we're going to start at the bottom. First question says, what does it feel like when you sit? So when I sit, I don't know how to explain it really. It doesn't feel uncomfortable. It just feels different. Like it feels like I'm sitting on something that's on a chair, because like my butt isn't like completely like soft, or like the fluff didn't come in yet. So I still have like some like hard parts in my butt that needs to like soften up. So it doesn't feel regular, but it doesn't feel like too crazy. If that like answers your question. Next question says, do you feel like it was worth it? I low-key want a BBL. So for me personally, I think it was worth it. Like I'm going to post like my before and after pictures in like one of my next videos, so you can see for yourself. But I totally I don't regret it. Like I'm so happy I finally went through this. Like if you know me, you know like I've been wanting a BBL since like my sophomore junior year in college, honestly. So I'm just happy that I finally like got it over with. Next question says, does your butt feel heavier? It doesn't really feel heavier. Like it's bigger noticeably, but heavy, I think the only time it probably felt heavy was like the first like 2 or 3 days getting used to having a bigger butt. But it wasn't like, oh my gosh, it's so heavy. It was just like a slight notice that it was just like a little heavy. Next question says, is the booty soft and mushy, or is it still healing? So it's still healing, of course, but it's getting there. Like the softness and the mushiness is coming back like slowly but surely. So yeah, it's just all a process, and I'm just trying to trust the process and not question things. I'm just taking things, you know, day by day. But it's definitely noticeably like softer than when I first got it done, for sure. Next question said, I got a lot of these questions. How is the pain level, and pain level from 1 to 10? I think the first week I was like at a 7, like for the whole week. Like it was just, and it wasn't so much like pain per se. It was just like really uncomfortable, like uncomfortable to sleep. Like I couldn't sleep on my side or my butt. I had to sleep on my face and my stomach, and I'm not a stomach sleeper, so I will wake up and my eyes would be puffy, my minks would be falling out. Like it was just very uncomfortable. So I was like a 7 for pain level, but pain level now is at a 0. The only thing is I'm still swollen like on my sides, and I think like my back a little bit, so that's like uncomfortable when I move too much, but it's not really like pain, I wouldn't say. So yeah. Next question says, how long did it take for you to sit down and to move around? So I finally sat down for the first time like 2-3 days ago. So like at 2.5 weeks, my first time sitting down. For me to move around, like I was moving around a lot, because you know they say you have to like walk around every hour, walk around like for 10 to 15 minutes every hour. So I was like walking around, and I didn't want to be like a bother to like my brother and my dad. So everything that I could get up and get, I would get up and get. But when I needed their help, I needed their help. So I moved around a lot, like, to be honest. Next question says, how did your body react to the anesthesia? Did you feel nauseous, faint, etc.? Honestly, no, I didn't. Like I felt like my body reacted perfectly fine to the anesthesia. Like only time I felt faint was when I got home and I got out of the car. I think because I got out of the car too fast, that's what made me like, you know, faint. But I didn't like faint and pass out. I just felt like I was about to, so I had to like lay down. Funny story, I got out of the car and I laid down on my porch for like 5 minutes. I was like, yeah, let me lay down here real quick. my brother was like, we just got here. And I'm like, give me a minute. So yeah, it wasn't bad. I didn't react horrible to it. Next question says, how is sitting on your booty? Do you carry your BBL pillow everywhere? So I answered the first part. So me, I don't carry my BBL pillow everywhere. I didn't really go out until I got back up here in New York, and my first time going out and sitting down was like at 2.5 weeks, and I just like sat down at dinner. I didn't bring the BBL pillow. Next question says, if you could do it all over again, would you go through with it? My answer to that is yes. I feel like this was worth it. If I never got a BBL, I would definitely get it for the first time, but I don't think I will like do around 2 and around 3. Like, I think I'm one and done for this procedure, honestly. Next question says, who was your doctor, and overall do I recommend my doctor? So I went to Dr. Dress at abdominoplastic surgery, and I don't really like to recommend people, but he did exactly what I wanted. Like, I showed him pictures, I asked questions, I showed him references, I told him exactly what I did want and what I didn't want, and he followed that to the T. So with any doctor that you go to, the more specific you are, the better results you're going to get. So you know. First question says, are you satisfied with your results? Yes, I'm very satisfied. Like, I love my new body. I went for the more natural look. I didn't really want to look like, you know, a video vixen or anything like that. And also, I'm still fairly young. I'm only 23, and you know, your body changes the older you get. So I didn't want to like go crazy now, and then like 5 years from now it looks crazy or anything. Like, I don't know, I'm just speaking from what I think. So I still wanted to look very natural, just to give my body room to like grow and give my hips room to get bigger once I have kids, without it looking like too crazy. So yeah. Was the procedure expensive? I feel like this procedure, I'm not gonna say it was and wasn't, because you know, everybody's financial situation is different, but I feel like, you know, you pay for what you want and you save and budget for what you want, and that's exactly what I did. So for me personally, my procedure wasn't like that expensive, because I took the proper measurements to make sure I was able to afford it. Next question says, how's the pain level now compared to week 1 post-op? So week 1, like I said before, I was at like a 7. That's pain mixed with uncomfortness, but now I'm probably at like a 2, if anything, or like a 1.5, 2, and that's just strictly like uncomfortableness because of the slight swelling that I still like have. Next question says, what was the most difficult thing to handle post-op? The most difficult thing for me to handle post-op is like not being able to sleep on my stomach inside, and also like not being able to sit down without the BBL pillow. I feel like those 2 things are so like minute, but like once you're not able to do it, you really realize how much you do and how much you took it for granted. So like that's the 2 things that was the most difficult for me to handle during post-op. How are the massages? So I'm not currently getting any right now, but when I was getting them during my first 2 weeks of post-op, the first one, it hurted. I had to like take a pause. It really hurt the first one, but like the more you get, the less painful they become, and like you just have to get that fluid out of you. So those massages are very important. So even though they hurt, you have to stick through with them. Next question says, how do you feel your doctor did, and how was the recovery process? So I think my doctor did a good job for what I wanted. You know, like I said, I wanted the natural body. He really gave me what I wanted, and the recovery process is really like how you make it. For like, to be honest, my recovery process was quite easy. Like, even like all my friends tell me like I made it look easy, but that's because I had like the support of my family, the help of my family. I had a really good surgery. I did the post-op massages. I did everything that I was supposed to do. You know, drank pineapple juice, like drank water, stayed hydrated. Yeah, so once you do that and follow your post-op care instructions to the T, your recovery shouldn't be hard at all. And I think I have one more question. The cost of everything, the last question. So the cost of everything, and this includes my surgery, my flight, my post-op supplies, my massages, I want to say maybe like 6.5K. So like I said again, well, like I said before, like this, like any procedure that you have, you're gonna like save and budget for what you want, and that's what I did. So I didn't really find it expensive, but that doesn't mean it's not expensive to the next person. So just do your research and find, you know, different like surgery centers or private practices that does what you want and that's in your price range, and just like plan accordingly for the procedure. So like I said, that was my last question. If I missed any questions, or if you guys have a question that I didn't answer, go ahead and comment it below, and I'm going to make sure to reply back to your comment and answer your question. Again, I'm on the road to 1,000 followers, so a subscription to my channel will be very appreciated. So go ahead and subscribe, like this video, share this video, because you never know who needs these questions answered that they might have had. And I'm going to see you in my next video in like a week or so, and that's going to be my 1 month update plus first time going out. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you then. Later.